Hi, this is Ifa Yemisi Oshunlade, aka Transcensia, and I'm here to do a quick little video. 5 to 6 reasons why you should leave your spiritual house known as an Ile in Santeria-Lucumi Ile and Ifa. My first reason is over gossip. If you're in a spiritual house and you see your godparent, whether it's godmother, godfather, ajubona, sitting here having conversations about other people that they've known for years, talking about them to you or talking about them when they're not there, then be leery, be wary. Know that your turn is coming and they too will start talking about you. If their responsibility is to guide you spiritually or religiously, there will be times that you have to be personable with them and share your personal business because they have to help you on a spiritual level to knock out what is going on. And if you can't trust them on a personal level because they have to do spiritual work with you, just know that there's no relationship because you can't be private with them and that the whole house knows your business. So that's something to think about. So I would leave because I want to have a personal relationship with my godparent where I don't need the whole house, the whole Ile knowing what I did with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay? My second reason would be control. Let's face it, I'm an adult. Most of us are adults. I don't want to be in a house where somebody's telling me who I can't be friends with. I can't talk to this person from this Ile. I can't deal with that person from that Ile. In Africa, it takes a village to raise a whole child. And therefore, they may have some information that may behoove me, that may help me on my spiritual development along this journey and this road in this religion. And if you restrict me from being friends or wanting to have acquaintances or having camaraderie, unless, of course, these restrictions apply to my taboos or has something to do with me religiously that prevents me from doing so, then I don't have a problem with it. But if you're telling me that I can't be friends with this Ile, this house, or this friend, or this person, remember, control has underlying issues why people do not want you to do certain things. Those are their issues and not yours, and don't make it about yourself. If you feel uncomfortable or you feel stagnated because of this control, then you always have the option to leave the house. Do not be scared of making this decision to move on. There will always be someone in life to pick you up where you left off. So control is my second one why I would want to leave an Ile. Okay. My third one would be about growth. If you've been in an Ile and you're not learning anything spiritually related to ceremonies, abodes, things that you need to know to enrich you, to make you more empowered, and you just feel like you're standing at the same thing, knowing the same thing when you came in, and no one is teaching you anything, and they just keep saying, oh, you have to wait, or don't rush, or what's this, when they're just simple questions sometimes. I've been in Iles where godfathers and godmothers sit down and actually have conversations with you because they want you to know, they want you to be empowered, and they want you to be enriched. And there are times where you have to come to ceremonies so you can see how things are done. And then there are other times where questions cannot be answered because you're not a priest and you're not privy to this information until you get initiated into Santeria-Lucumi Ile or Ifa. Okay? So if you're not a priest and you asking questions that's related to things that only priests know, then you won't get an answer. And that's acceptable. But if it's things within range that you are able to know or you should know because you want to grow and know, then they should sit and talk with you. But if you feel like you're stagnated and you have to know internally when you're stagnated, then you should move on because it's not going to do you any good to be angry around people who are not enriching you. You're just going to sit there and be angry. They're going to be angry. You're going to displace anger. Just move on. It's better for your soul and your spirit. The fourth reason would be avoidance. If every time you are trying to get up with your godparent, your godfather, your jubona, whoever it is, and they always got an excuse why they can't see you, why they can't talk to you, the dog took their homework, um, the storm outside took the roof off the apartment door, and you know that's just ridiculous, then that's not for you. If every time you get with them it's only to make money, that's to do an ebo, to go take part in some type of ceremony, to do some religious or spiritual work so that you can make money, so they can make money from, and they need help. But when you need something done, like personally, just to sit down and kick it and learn the religion, they always avoiding you, then you should go. Because you're not going to get any spiritual development there. Just be mindful. Okay, they can never answer their phone. When you call, the phone is always busy. The phone goes to the fuck you button, meaning that it's ringing and they just press that button like, bitch, get out of here. Then that's not for you. But they'll be available when it's, oh, I got some spiritual work. I got to go clean the house. I got to make a bath. Can you take me here to pick up these items? Can you drive me over here to get this? Can you come with me? So, because I needed assistance, I need a witness so we can make some dough together. That's not always a good thing. It's supposed to be reciprocity in any relationship, not one slanted, leaning on one side, favoring more than the other. So if you find out your godparent, male or female, Ajubona is being avoided, but only available when it's time to make money, leave the Ile. You're not going to grow. You're just being used. Oh, this one, my next one is an all-time favorite, honey. How about you getting the Ile and somebody is on drugs? Girl, you should run. I'm not saying that the person in the house is on drugs and they don't need salvation. That's not where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a place that if this person is drug addicted and is supposed to be giving you spiritual services, no, that's not the case. I wouldn't receive any services for somebody who's on drugs, and I'm talking about heavy drugs. I'm not talking about weed. I'm talking about things beyond weed. I won't specify. You can use your own scrutiny and discernment. But what I'm simply coming from is that if you are a priest, you already received certain ashes in your head. And it shouldn't be messed with by letting somebody who's already struggling and is sick and unhealthy giving you further ashe when you need cleaning. There's simply got to be other people that are clean. So, and I mean clean to the fullest. Clean spiritually, clean in the AA sense, in the NA sense. Just clean. If we're supposed to be spiritual first, then spiritually speaking, you shouldn't have anybody who is struggling with their own convictions in that way. Put that in your auric field. Just shouldn't be. So choose wisely. I see a lot of that going on where there are people who are struggling with drug addictions but are helping other people and they can't help themselves. So if you see somebody that's struggling with their own demons in that respect, because everybody to some degree has some demons, but I'm just speaking about drugs, drug addiction and its religion, and how I see people are accepting help from people who can't really help themselves. So apart from drugs, if you just see somebody struggling, they can't get out of stuff too, on your personal, they'll just be mindful of that as well. But anyway, back to the drug addiction. I wouldn't want someone to help me and assist me if they're struggling with drugs and work on me spiritually. I just don't want that in my auric field. And my last one, this is a doozy. When you see people at your religious ceremony that you spent money and paid money for, receiving things on behalf of your derecho. Your derecho or ashidi is the money or the rights that you give towards receiving a specific deity or receiving a specific service or ebo. So one time it was said to me a set amount for Olokun. At the time I wasn't a priest and I was on my way to becoming a Olarisha, a priest or Santera in the Lucumi Santeria tradition. They gave me a set price and they said they usually do it in a certain amount of people in order to do the ceremony. So I said, okay, when I get that up, I'll do that. And they said, yeah, you can do with so-and-so and so-and-so. So I said, okay, when so-and-so and so-and-so get their money, let me know so we can all put it together. There was a bit of an awkward silence. And through that awkward silence, I understood it to be this. No, bitch, we were using your money to buy all the things that we needed for this ceremony, And these two little chicks is going to get it for free on behalf of your good derecho. I never worked that out with them. Since then, things has happened and I'm separated and far removed from that house. But I did receive my Olocum before I became a Santera, Olaricha. And at my ceremony, there was somebody receiving the leckies. I know they ain't put no nickel in its dime with my derecho, but they sure got their first set of beads on behalf of my good Ashe. So these are the things that I don't like, and I have witnessed and I have sworn. And if these are stank and fugazi for you, then you already know what to do. Don't be a part of anything that does not move your spirit in the best way. If you're unhappy about the things that's going on, and when you vocalize them, there is no recourse, no understanding, and nobody is being empathetic or sympathetic, then go. Because there's always somebody out there that is going to support you, bring you up, raise you up to the level of ascension that you need. It's automatic. Nobody can take your blessings. When they say that, oh, you stop and you blocking your blessings, nobody's blocking anything. You are the only one that's in your way. And when spirit tells you to leave, then you go. I've left a couple of times and I'm doing just fine. So be well, stay safe. Thank you for tuning in. And this is Yeye Oshunlade Ifayamasi, aka Transcensia. Be well, stay safe. Blessings.